Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
Next topic that we're going to talk about is Tom Holland has officially signed with Marvel Studios, and here's a tweet that has come out, and the details of Tom Holland's new Spider-Man deal include Daredevil Born Again, and again, that goes with what we've been talking about with the leaks and everything, you know, that the events of Daredevil Born Again are going to bleed into Spider-Man 4. Yep. It's going to be more of a ground level type of film than, of course, Spider-Man 4. Me too. I'm so excited for that. Like, I'm excited to see him be the Peter Parker that we saw him at the tail end of the film. Like, actually, that he's now Spider-Man.
Yes, because up to this point it was like, what was that?
Everybody was saying he was Iron Spider or Spider Tony's boy, Spider Boy, whatever it was. Everybody was calling him.
What it was what was that? We were already like in high school by the time this one came out, so I didn't really watch it a lot. But it was like Spider-Man and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. That's kind of been it was like basically they did Spider-Man where it was like he and like young Iron Fist and like a couple other like young.
Was it an animated thing?
Yeah, it was like on Disney XD, and he was like.
Oh, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, and like it had like Nick Fury in it and stuff, and like it. So far, that's kind of been the feel. That's kind of been the feel of Spider-Man, where he's never truly been Spider-Man in the MCU yet, as we know him, as Tony Parker, who works for the Daily Bugle, has girl problems, and is like. Yeah, like surface level, like in Queens, not fighting aliens in space yet. Right. You know, like they kind of did it backwards, but I'm excited that we're getting to that Spider-Man.
But I feel like I feel like they, like you said, they did, but at the same time, they literally erased it all. Like, he knows, but no one knows shit about him, and and he's lost everything. Yeah. So we're about to see him in a very different space too. Yes, and probably a wiser, but at the same time still, you know, Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But wiser from just the events and things that he knows.
Yeah. He also can rely on nobody now, because nobody even knows he exists.
Right. So we've got, like I said, Born Again, Spider-Man 4, Kang Dynasty, which we knew that one. That was something we talked about too. Yep. Secret Wars, yes. Yeah. And then Spider-Man 5 and 6.
Yeah. And then because it says they're not Black Panther, so he will be in his own movies for those, I'm pretty sure.
For sure. Then it says Zendaya and Jacob have not signed anything yet. So
is Jacob, that's his friend?
That's Ned. Yeah, that's Ned.
Which I still think, okay, if they do sign Jacob,
I think they're going to go the
Hobgoblin
route.
Yeah, I do. Because they started giving him the mystical powers, too. He naturally has, which... Because the Hobgoblin, it's not just tech.
Right.
It's also the, like, mystical magic, like, side of Hobgoblin, too. And they like kind of preluded or foreshadowed rather in the last movie when he was like, when Toby was telling him about his best friend and like betraying him, and he was like, I was there when he died, and he's like, hope it doesn't happen to us, or whatever it is that he says, you know. But
like, I promise when I promise something I'll never turn on you. Yeah, I'll never be a villain or whatever he said. Yeah, but I remember that. Kill you or whatever. yeah. But the Spider-Man 5 and 6, that I'm so glad to see that, because that obviously is going to be some time out. Mm-hmm. I'm excited, bro, because I love Tom Holland in the role, and having Tom Holland just age with the role until that's what I was just thinking.
So he's the first signed Spider-Man that started young enough that we can actually, because I mean Toby was our age when he was playing 17-year-old. Okay, Toby was like 30. Okay, like it you know, you can only go so long, and no, I love exactly. We're just gonna see him mature more and more. And become, because that's what happened throughout the comics for so long.
Exactly.
You know,
and we get to see that. Like I said, I wonder what stories are they going to tell? Like, are we? They can throw in are they going to throw in a different love interest? Are we going to see Gwen? Are we going to see the other friends too? Like, are we going to see? Are we going to see the Osborns? Betty Brant
was another love interest. Yeah. And, you know, they've introduced Jameson now at this point. Robbie, you know, he'll end up having a relation. I could see them introducing Robbie, you know, through the Daily Bugle, who that was a big mentor for Spider-Man. And with Robbie also could come, if we want to talk about street level criminals, Tombstone.
Yeah.
Because of his connection
to
very
Tombstone.
True.
Yep.
And that could be
yep.
a cool one to, you know, if we're doing all this, like, Kingpin, Daredevil, like all these kind of like crossover villains that they're doing. Because there's a lot of crossover villains within Daredevil and Spider-Man. I mean, hell, Daredevil's first appearance was in Spider-Man, you know, so...
And we're obviously probably going to see the Daily Bugle. I mean, obviously, because the Daily Bugle has been established in the MCU, so he could be working there. And by the time that all this has happened, you know, Jameson moved from... At one point, he was doing... Wasn't it just like a live stream, a podcast he was doing at one point, then he elevated...
Yeah, they're do like Alex Jones, basically. Type of thing.
So he could, by this time, be more... Especially the way he covered all the events of... what was going on with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and the villains and everything like that. He could have someone that said, hey, we want to give you your... So by the time we see Spider-Man 4, he could be the Daily Bugle.
Right, yeah.
You know, when we have Robbie and everybody introduced and, you know, Tombstone level types things. That's what I'm saying. There's so many different things that can be done.
And they've also already set up Scorpion.
They have.
Shocker, right?
They have. Prowler. They have.
Yep. There's just some... the symbiote's been introduced. But I think that comes in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I think that ties in come Secret Wars. But no, there's just so many great Spider-Man storylines they can still do and that they've set up.
Yeah, so that's really cool to see that Tom's back. You know,
do we know how much money is he getting?
That we do not know, but I'm telling you, the reason Tom waited so long was because he knew. Yeah, it needs to be the right number. And honestly, I've seen some people say, like, I don't think Tom is worth that. I disagree. I disagree. I really do. I think, especially moving on into this next phase, like we talked about, you have to have that familiar face, and then having him tie into Daredevil Born Again, and his like that's going to amp the hype. That's probably going to be one of their best, if not the best. Yeah. When it comes to numbers, viewership.
Oh, I guarantee.
Series that they've done.
Yeah.
Like, and now you've added Spider-Man to it.
Yeah.
Then that's going to bleed into Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, because of Netflix. But you add Spider-Man to that?
Yeah.
No, Disney Plus might crash. Like,
yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
We yet to have had any kind of live action Spider-Man on Disney Plus. We don't even have the Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus. They're all on Stars.
That is very true. This is the first time that he's really going to be in a show. I mean, other than the movies like that, Infinity War and things that Civil War that he shows up in.
Yeah, movies like that. But like none of his standalone.
Which I hate. Little mini rant. I'm sorry. I just feel like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that needs to be on the timeline. I don't want to go purchase Stars.
I know.
To go watch, like, if I'm watching the stuff in order, I don't want to get out of Disney Plus, then go into Stars, then get into, like, that might sound petty and lazy, but we live in a microwave society. I think it needs to be right there on the timeline with everything else. I think it's really...
Well, it just makes sense. It's like, I don't get why they couldn't have worked out a deal. Like, you have a deal with Stars, you couldn't work out a deal with... Disney Plus, who you're literally working hand in hand with on this film, but okay.
Yeah, it's annoying, so...
I agree.
Don't like it. But yeah, so I'm excited for it. But as always, questions for you guys. Let us know about what you guys are thinking. Are you thinking, are you excited? If not excited, how excited are you for Tom Holland? If you're not excited, let us know about that as well. Do you think Tom Holland is worth the big money that he's definitely getting? Or are you one of the ones that says, no, Tom Holland's not really worth all that? You know, he's a good Spider-Man. But I think Tom Holland is, honestly, like I said, he's not my definitive Spider-Man, but I think he is Spider-Man. You know, so let us know down below in the comments what you guys think about that. And what